I think they're still well-coached, well-balanced group of guys. They're obviously going to be motivated by what happened last year, and we look forward to them playing their best basketball. It's not for me to talk about the difference between last year. I can only focus on this year, and they're a very good team.
But how do you separate from the success that you had against the team immediately in that series? I mean, the numbers you posted personally had never been done before in any playoff series by anyone. Now you see them again. How do you kind of separate from that and know that this is a new series?
Because at the end of the day, what happened in the past doesn't define what happens today. We got to focus on the now, and it's a team that's coming off a very good challenging first round series against the Celtics, and we understand that their coaches have those guys well prepared and well driven for the series starting Monday.
How about you guys, LeBron? After last year, after sweeping that first round, you lost the first game of the Bulls. Did you learn anything about how to be better after a long layoff?
The only thing we can do is control. We can't. We swept. We played our games, and when the game come up on Monday, we'll be well prepared. As far as our rhythm, I think we've put in some great work this week so far, but you only know until you get on the floor. So we're prepared.
Why have they been so good defensively?
I think just them being together for years obviously helps, and they put a really good balanced defensive system together. I think their ability their bigs being able to get out and switch pick and rolls and things of that nature with Horford and Millsap, those guys are like hybrids, and also with Mike Scott as well. He comes in off the bench and he allows them to play different defensive strategies, so that helps a lot. And they got guys that just take the one-on-one challenge, and Teague and obviously Schroeder coming off the bench, and Cephalosha and Bazemore. Those guys do a great job in the individual matches.
And Damari obviously is not there anymore, but Cephalosha is, and he didn't play in the series last year. What does he bring, to their benefit that wasn't there last year?
He brings another body to their team, a guy that has some playoff experience. He played well in that first round series. The guy who guarded the perimeter. But I think for the most part, it's never individual on their team. Obviously, we know the Hawks is always about the whole collective group, and they do it not by one man show. They do it by all 15 of them.
Dwayne said yesterday he doesn't like those last 2 minutes coming out where the league says, yeah, we got this one right, yeah, we do that. I know you said before you didn't want them submitting them. But do you have any thoughts or opinions on how they handle that?
It changes absolutely nothing. When they say they made a call or missed a call should have been made in the last 2 minutes. But I think it sends a bad message to our fans of thinking that the game is only won in the last 2 minutes. A play in the first quarter is just as important as a play in the last 4 seconds. That's how playoff basketball is played. That's how the game of basketball should be played. And I think for the youth, for kids that loves the game as much, I don't think they should hear that, it's okay to talk about the last 2 minutes calls missed. We should talk about the whole game if that's the case, because the whole game matters. You miss an assignment in the first quarter, it can hurt you in the fourth quarter. So I'm not a fond of it all.
You've got one friend who's hurt, Chris, and then Dwayne, the Heater, in a really tough spot. When you get to the playoffs like this, do you talk to friends when they are in tough spots, or is it now the time that you kind of fend for yourself?
No, we're not a fend for ourselves group. Not us four. I've talked to all of them. Before the playoffs started, even with Melo not being in it, we all talked after Chris got hurt. We talked, with D-Wade as well, and they all have talked to me as well. So, no, we're not a group that defends for themselves. It's a brotherhood.
What do you empathize with the guys who are hurt, with Chris, with Blake, with Steph Curry having had your guys last year go down?
I think it just sucks for our fans and it sucks for the respective teams. At this point, you hope that you can have everyone that you played the whole season with, or everyone that you hope to make a long playoff run for. So, it sucks that guys are getting injured at this point.
As you guys advance,
say that again?
As you guys advance throughout the playoffs, the first to the second round, is it more beneficial to stay even keel, or do you have to ramp up the focus intensity?
Well, stay even keel. Shouldn't have to ramp up more focus, going from one round to the next. I think that should automatically be a given. Once the postseason starts, just knowing how every possession matters, and everyone in the playoffs can beat you. That's why they're there.
What does J.R. Smith bring to the table in the postseason? We know what he brings to the table during the regular season, but in the postseason, as you noted before, it's a different game, and it's a different way of thinking. What does he bring to the table at this time of the year?
Everything.
Offense, defense.
Everything.
Is there a part of his game that you think is overlooked, underrated, specific to postseason?
Yeah, but then I give it to the opponent. So he brings everything to the table.
LeBron, what happened last season? Hawks really played very dirty. Do you think that this works out with the
I think for us, we want to just play our game. It's not about Delhi, or it's not about no individual matchups in this series. It's about what we can do as a team to get better every game. Our coaching staff will give us a great game plan to go out and execute it, and it's up to us to go out there and do it.
LeBron said that he feels that you guys are as close to the team as you've been since you came together. Do you think that that's just a true statement, or where do you guys feel you're at?
I think we're a close-knit group who loves being around each other and loves playing football.
Ron, in the NBA, when one team has a lot of success against another, can that get in a team's head?
I don't know. For us, we don't know nothing about these stats until you guys bring it to us, and hopefully none of the guys hear them. Our only concern is how we can be well prepared for Monday night's game. That's all that matters. It don't matter if you can win 100 straight games with somebody. If you lose 4 in a row, then you have to play off. So it doesn't matter. So that's all the things that happened in the past does not matter to our focus this week.
Last two. Obviously, you know every team in the league, but when you had a playoff series like you did against Atlanta last year, does that make it easier heading into a playoff series this year?
Not at all. Nothing is easy in the postseason. It's too much work, both on the floor and mentally, that you have to do to prepare for a playoff series. Understanding how competition is going to be at its highest level. So easy should never even come to play when you talk about playoff basketball or basketball in general at this level.
One last question. When Bud was with San Antonio at the time, the Spurs had played for the jump shot. Who overcame that candy jump shot in the championship? It seemed like teams went for that same tactic. Did you feel like it was effective, or do you think at this point you've seen every defense, so something will work out for the Spurs?
I think one of my best strengths in the playoffs is being able to make adjustments from game to game. Obviously, I'm not quite sure how they're going to play me in game one, but I'm able to make adjustments throughout the game, see how they're playing me, and still be able to become effective.